The other day, I don't know, maybe I'd be busier. I was a little bored. I was looking through my phone. I have a ton of songs on my phone. I think I mentioned this before. It's close to like 3,000 songs on my phone. I just kind of flip through and I play from time to time, especially in the truck or at home. And I decided to play a game with these songs. I was going through them, trying to find songs, secular songs of any genre. It could be rock and roll, it could be bluegrass, country, whatever, that could be made into a playlist about the priesthood. All right, and I know it wasn't an exhaustive list, so for anyone here or watching at home, there are probably some that you could think of that I didn't. But so the first one that came to mind was AC/DC's Back in Black. Then I thought of Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer. Yeah. Ricky Skaggs, this one, don't take too seriously. Ricky Skaggs, he has a song called Father Knows Best. But one of the songs that I came across that, and if you listen to the whole song, it just kind of summarizes a great part of what priesthood is, and it really does a great job. It's a Johnny Cash song, and it's a Johnny Cash song that is called Man in Black. Okay, anybody know that song? A few people? Because, of course, he was the Man in Black, right? Every time he did like a live performance, he would dress in all black when he would get up on stage and present. And people kept asking, why? Why do you only wear black? Obviously priests, we wear black. So this is the song. This is the lyrics to the song. And I want you to think about it as if it was a priest saying this, right? Well, you wonder why I always dress in black, why you never see bright colors on my back, and why does my appearance seem to have a somber tone? Well, there's a reason for the things that I have on. I wear the black for the poor and the beaten down, living on the hopeless, hungry side of town. I wear it for the prisoner who has long paid for his crime, but is there because he's a victim of the times. I wear the black for those who've never read or listened to the words that Jesus said about the road to happiness through love and charity. Why, you think he's talking straight to you and me? We're doing mighty fine, I do suppose, in our streak of lightning cars and fancy clothes. But just so we're reminded of the ones who are held back, up front there ought to be a man in black. I wear it for the sick and lonely old, for the reckless ones whose bad trip left them cold. And I wear the black in mourning for the lives that could have been. Each week we lose 100 fine young men. Well, there's things that never will be right, I know, and things need changing everywhere we go. But till we start to make a move to make a few things right, you'll never see me wear a suit of white. Oh, I love a rainbow every day and tell the world that everything's okay. But I'll try to carry off a little darkness on my back till things are brighter. I'm the man in black. There you go. Now, I like that song, and I like this imagery, the priesthood being there for all those who are hard up and out of luck and all that's going on, because I think we need to be reminded that church and priesthood specifically is about service. We exist, the church and the priesthood exist to serve you, the people of God. Now, I bring that up because in the readings today, we have kind of an interesting flow of things. We have, in the first reading and in the gospel, this idea of confronting our neighbor who has sinned against us, trying to confront evil in the world. And what does that look like? That we are called to approach them, as the gospel says, Jesus teaches us, approach them one-on-one at first, talk to them about what they've done. If they don't listen to you, then bring witnesses along, and then try to talk to them, establish the facts, and then here's the kicker. If none of that works, you talk to them one-on-one, you bring some friends along and you confront them, and they're still not listening, the next step And I think this is the one that we often forget about because those first two steps, let's face it, corporate America does that, right? Like the business world does that. They teach you should handle these confrontational things one-on-one, bring some other people along, This is normal. What's not normal is the next bit of advice, where he says if he refuses to listen if he refuses to listen to them, tell the church. Why? Because we're tattletales? No. Trust me, I do not want to be receiving phone calls from folks saying, Father Dan, you'll never believe what so-and-so did, right? That's not my role. Please do not do that. We tell the church because these steps that he's providing us to confront evil, confronting someone who has sinned against us, is hard. Especially, and I will say, I've been a priest for 6 years now. When people come to me with these issues, there are no two of these issues that are the same. Because there are so many dynamic parts of a relationship. Sometimes these confrontations, these meeting with your neighbor and trying to bring them into the light, sometimes that neighbor is literally your brother. Sometimes it's a son or daughter. Sometimes it's a coworker. A lot of times it's your spouse. Never. That's right, Deacon Mike, never. But each one of these situations is so unique, and there are all these different dynamics and pieces to the puzzle that for us to expect every individual in the world to be able to do this on their own, a solo act confronting evil in their sphere, it's impossible. It's such a high standard, a high demand that we're placing. And Christ knows that. He doesn't want a bunch of vigilante Catholics going out there confronting evil. He wants the church to confront evil. He wants us to do this together. And so my role as a priest is to be a servant to you. It's to be there when those relationships do go astray, when things aren't going well, when you do confront evil in your life, you don't know what to do about it. And here's the thing, it is a little, for lack of a better word, annoying when I'll get a call and someone sets up a meeting with me and we start talking, and it's very clear that, I wish that they would have called sooner. Right? I hear what they're going through, and they've been struggling with this problem for years, decades even. And I ask them, have you ever talked to a priest about this? Have you ever come to the church with whatever this is? They're like, no, Father, I was too embarrassed to. I didn't know what I could say. I thought the priest would be too busy. Oh! Trust me, I am busy. I am never, ever too busy for you guys. Please, if you are facing something in your life that seems overwhelming, or it's too big, or whatever it may be, or you don't know what the next step is, or you've exhausted your options, follow what Christ teaches us. Don't go it alone. We were never meant to go it alone. Bring it to the church. And here's the crazy part. When you do that, then we get to the end of the gospel, where Christ speaks to us and says, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there also will I be in the midst of them. When you don't go it alone, like so many of us want to, and you reach out and you share your burden, then Christ is in the midst of that. Christ enters into whatever situation you're dealing with. God Himself is there. And that's when things can start to happen. That's when grace can be infused into that situation. And now this can take on many different forms. I mean, obviously meeting in the office, coming to the sacrament of confession. Yes, it's about forgiveness of sins, but it's also about coming to a priest and putting in front of him and God what you're going through. And it could be just asking a priest to pray for you. Because that's what we do. We are always there for you, to help you and to work with you. And this is why the last song on the playlist I was putting together is from the Beatles, the best band in the world. And this song is called Anytime at All. And it was meant to be, of course, a love song. You know, this guy saying to his girl, you know, call me anytime and I'll be there for you. I will be by your side. But I sing this song to you as a priest because I want you to know, anytime at all, day or night, we're here for you. And we want to help. We want to serve you. And so again, listen to this song as if it was a priest speaking from his heart. Anytime at all, anytime at all, anytime at all you gotta do is call and I'll be there. If you need somebody to love you, just look into my eyes. I'll be there to make you feel right. If you're feeling sorry or sad, I'd really sympathize. Don't you be sad, just call me tonight. Anytime at all, doom, doom, doom. Anytime at all, anytime at all you gotta do is call and I'll be there. If the sun has faded away, I'll try to make it shine. There's nothing I won't do. When you need a shoulder to cry on, I hope it will be mine. Call me tonight and I'll come to you. Anytime at all, doom, doom, doom. Anytime at all, anytime at all you gotta do is call and I'll be there. And I'll be there. Amen.